cannot slice a 4,500-year-old civilization in half with a pen. But in 1947, a British lawyer tried. The Radcliffe Line haphazardly partitioned the Indian subcontinent. In doing so, it marooned some of the most famous archaeological ruins of the ancient world on the western side of a brand new border. Long before those papers were signed, British imperialists justified their rule by framing the Indian subcontinent as historically fractured and uncivilized, a place requiring outside intervention to function. Today, the nation of Pakistan wrestles with the fallout of a deep identity crisis. Officially, the state traces its historical genesis to the year 712 CE, when the Arab commander Muhammad bin Qasim conquered Sindh. Yet, in a bizarre geopolitical pivot, Islamabad has recently attempted to claim the 4,500-year-old Indus Valley civilization, branding the ancient ruins within its borders as ancient Pakistan. This retroactive claim relies heavily on a long-standing historical myth, the false assumption that the original builders of those ancient cities simply vanished without a trace millennia ago. By treating the ancient past as an empty vacuum, modern political entities have felt free to weaponize it for their own nation-building. But recent breakthroughs in archaeology, new data in climatology, and modern human genetics are actively dismantling those claims. The first misstep in claiming the Indus Valley civilization is a geographical one. Because early excavations focused heavily on Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, there is a popular assumption that the civilization was entirely contained within modern-day Pakistan. Most of the 2,000 discovered sites cluster far east of the Indus River, deep inside modern India. The focal point of modern research is now Rakhi Garhi in Haryana. Spanning 350 hectares, it's the largest known Indus Valley site in the world, comfortably swallowing Mohenjo-Daro. The demographic center of gravity did not sit along the Radcliffe Line. It thrived deep inside the borders of modern-day India. But that raises an obvious question. Why did these expansive cities empty out? They were not slaughtered by foreign invaders or erased by a mysterious curse. The answer actually comes from deep core sediment samples recently extracted from the floor of the Arabian Sea. The Harappans built a Goldilocks civilization. They relied on inundation agriculture, planting crops in the nutrient-rich silt left behind after highly predictable seasonal river floods. This chart tracks historical rainfall, revealing a lethal shift. Around 1300 BCE, summer monsoons steeply declined, destroying the flood cycles their farming required. Faced with failing crops, the population migrated eastward in massive numbers, moving from the drying Indus Basin toward the fertile Ganges Basin. They resettled near the Himalayan foothills and abandoned the old flood farming techniques. In their place, they adapted to a new life sustained entirely by rain-based agriculture. The Indus Valley civilization never vanished. They assessed a deteriorating climate, abandoned their massive urban centers, and intelligently relocated to survive. Since the population moved east and survived, the next logical step is to locate their descendants. This graphic breaks down the genetic ancestry of the modern subcontinent. Population geneticists have confirmed that roughly 99% of this DNA is indigenous, disproving colonial theories of total replacement by Arab or Central Asian invaders. That biological inheritance is matched by a continuous cultural memory. Excavators have unearthed ancient seals depicting a meditating proto-Shiva figure, known as Pashupati, alongside evidence of the deep veneration of the people tree. Look closely at the artifacts. Those specific deities, postures, and sacred trees are actively worshipped by millions of people in Hindu culture right now. These living cultural and genetic links run in direct opposition to the exclusivist ideologies of modern political entities attempting to claim the ancient geography. You cannot neatly separate a geographic ruin from the living population that carried its culture forward for another 3,000 years. Renaming modern neighborhoods to sound ancient, or printing a 4,500-year-old seal on modern currency, might serve as a temporary bandage for a national identity crisis. But a politician's pen drawing a line on a map does not override the hard data buried in human DNA and deep-sea sediment cores. The Indus Valley civilization adapted, moved east, and laid the unbroken, breathing bedrock for the modern Indian civilization we see today. Trying to appropriate an ancient society's achievements while actively rejecting its living descendants is a losing geopolitical strategy, and today modern science finally has the receipts to prove it.